Alright, hello. I am Sunny Tatman, or Kimura, on Discord. And, this is my, let me just make sure I have the right name. This is my submission to Rogue-A-Rama Fall Fun 2019. The game I will be playing is Wayward Souls. It is a game by Rocket Cat Studios, also known for Death Road to Canada. I love this game to pieces, and I hope I can show you through my commentary how much I love it. So I'm going to make a note of the time right now. It is currently 8:14. If I do not finish the entire run by 9:15, I think I'm gonna end it there because that's my time estimate. I have done this run before. I have a video of the mobile version, so this run is possible, but this game's hard. I'll be honest, this game is probably one of the hardest games I've ever played. Which might not be saying much, but there's a lot you have to think about in terms of just your positioning, how the enemies are positioned, all of that. But before I ramble on any further, let's just get started. Sure. And we are starting... What is my... I forgot to check my freaking... What my split thing does. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So, the first character we play as is Renee. Renee's pretty cool. She's got a dash. We pick Renee for this part. Well, I should say I pick Renee. I'm really the only active runner of this game. Which I hope changes soon, because I love this game so much, and I think there's a lot of interesting speed tech that you... not even speed tech, it's just a lot of the going fast in this game is just being really good. So... yeah. So that purple potion that we just picked up, that potion of stealth, that is extremely good. So, you absolutely want to pick that up. So, the thing about Renee is that, when she attacks an enemy from behind, she does a backstab. Backstab deal more damage. Which is, you know, good for a speedrun. I would really prefer not to die here. I'm messing up because commentary. Backstabs do additional damage, but the funny thing about them is that when Renee is in stealth or hitting a stunned enemy, it is a backstab no matter where she hits the character from. And usually that's not too big of a gain. Most stuff that grants stealth only grants it gets rid of it as soon as you hit an enemy. But the stealth potion is a bit different in that regard. It is just, I think, 10 seconds of stealth, no restrictions. Which is really good for the boss that's coming. And for the boss at the end of this. At the end of the first act, I suppose. Excuse me. Please perish! Perish! So, a couple of things I want to get out of the way. You're probably not going to be seeing people, you know, come watch the run because I'm some sort of big streamer for the community. I am the only person who runs this game, and I don't even run it that actively. I've been wanting to get back into running it a bit more actively. But motivation is a fickle thing. I'm not gonna really bring in the audience members. I'm not really gonna, you know... I'm not gonna be, you know, the headlining event, most likely. I'm just a guy who really loves this game, and I want to show it to as many people as possible. And also, I want to do some charity work, honestly, because I forget which charity we're doing it for, but you know, it's probably a good, you know, charity work is charity work. If I can help someone in need, I am very, very happy to. Because, I consider myself very fortunate. You know, I'm sitting here streaming a game that I love, that, you know, that the same can't be said for some people, but, like, I want to share just some of the joy that this game provides me. Like, it's hard to describe the way this game makes me feel, other than just overwhelmingly just happy. So this is Humphrey. Well, I should say that was Humphrey. You know what? We're gonna turn down volume settings. This game is kind of loud. Anyways, next up is the tower with Abby the Mage. The Mage works quite a bit differently from... Abby works quite a bit differently from Renee. She deals much more damage with her basic attacks. However, the trade-off is that her basic attacks cost energy. No other class in the game does that. However, she is also the highest... she also does the most damage with her basic attacks out of any of the characters. So basically, how I think of it is, it's like 1, 2, or 3 damage. A hit with a dagger, so Renee, a front hit with a dagger, so Renee or the cultist Savala is 1 damage. A hit with a sword, so that's either Blythe the Warrior, Hassan the Spellsword, or Cyril the Adventurer, is 2 damage, and then 3 damage is a normal attack from Abby. So, I'm gonna be entirely honest. The only reason I pick Abby here is just because there's these We might have seen them already. I kind of autopilot a little bit. There's these guys that that have shields, and they're really annoying. With any other class, you'd have to hit them with a charge attack to break their shields, or you try to maneuver around and hit them from the side while like baiting them and that sort of thing. It's not fun. Abby doesn't care. She just attacks through the shield. Which is pretty awesome. Okay, so, I haven't been talking much about what's actually going on screen, so, you saw me stop by what just looked like a giant fireplace. That's an Ember Forge. That's where you get, like, your attribute upgrades. However, unlike an upgrade in, say, let's just say, like, The Binding of Isaac, it's not something, like, there are very few upgrades in this game that are purely stat-based. The only examples of those are the, versions that are just the base, ability with an increased critical hit chance. Most Ember Forge upgrades completely change how an ability works. So, for example, right now I have Gellid Embrace, which is a different robe. So what the base robe does is that it shoots a gust of air in front of you that destroys any projectile and knocks enemies away. Whereas Gellid Embrace creates a circle on the ground which absorbs projectiles and will slow down any enemy in the circle. I took a lot more damage on that room than I would have liked. But it's fine. Okay, so, you saw my fire attack earlier. Well, I just replaced it with the Welkin's... I think it's like the Welkin's Agenda or something. So basically how Welkin's Agenda works is that it replaces your the cone-shaped fire attack that you saw me using earlier, and it replaces with this slow-moving ball. And the thing that's nice about this slow-moving ball is that it absorbs projectiles. It is not my preferred tome, though. There are certainly better tomes to use, but, you know, you get what you have, and the other choice there was the Pyromage's Codex, and that's just your basic flamethrower with an increased crit chance. Please go away. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh dear. You have situations like this happen a decent amount, where the stairway is right where you would have gone, and you're a moron, and you missed the stairway. Also, I just remembered this is supposed to be a no swearing thing. Which might be difficult because this game gets pretty tense. So, I apologize in advance. Ooh. Pop. We'll take the health. I should have drinking some water before I started recording, but that's fine. Alright, moving onwards. I think the thing that'll be most difficult for this is, I don't know if you guys do co-commentary on the Rogue-A-Rama marathons. Oh, yes. Ooh. So, just to, before I explain, I don't know if you guys do, like, the equivalent of couch commentary on the Rogue-A-Rama marathons. But, yeah, so, I suppose I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out beforehand. These traps are really annoying. If you're wily, you can, if you're a wily bugger, you can, trick opponents into running in front of the trap. The thing is that the trap is set off by you walking in front of the statue. It's not triggered by enemies walking in front of the statue. So, you can lead an enemy in front of the statue and then, you know, move behind them, and they'll get hit by the projectile. Right. So the Ember Forge upgrade that I picked up is the Earthshaper's Lexicon. Earthshaper's Lexicon is downright busted, honestly. It has infinite range until it hits a wall. Can go through as many enemies as can go through as many enemies as it likes. And it's not like any weaker than a normal attack. It's same strength. So it's pretty busted. Which is why I like seeing it in this sort of setting. Hi, Mimic. I can tell what you are. So, whenever I play this game, I tend not to reset, just because it kind of puts me in a bad mindset of, you know, just continually looking for the perfect run instead of, you know, taking the blows as they come. Because, you know, roguelike speedrunning, it works quite a bit differently than speedrunning a normal game. If you miss an easy trick at the beginning of, like, I don't even know. Now's a better time than any. Whew. A little bit close. But we're good. Oh, this water bottle has water in it. So there's a number of good times in this run for, like, to, like, stop for donations and that sort of thing. But now we get on to the thing that kills most runs of this game. Welcome to the Catacombs. Now, you might notice that I don't even have a split for the Catacombs. That's not to say I haven't beaten the Catacombs. It's that I uninstalled OBS by accident, and lost the actual split for the Catacombs. Ooh! So yes, this is the run graveyard. Also, you might want to like turn up stream brightness for this game. This game can get pretty dim, especially in this area. You ever wanted to just get a good appreciation for your runs? You know, oh man, my speed game's so hard, enemies are so ridiculous and so random. You have not seen ridiculous random enemies until you have fought the Thorned Insidiators in this game. So Thorned Insidiators are those invisible dudes that just pop out of nowhere. There's very little warning as to when they appear. You only get that charge up sound effect. And then they just make a beeline for you. And then from you know, the moment, and then once they're done with their initial charge, they will continue running at you full tilt and trying to stab you. They are my least favorite enemy in this game. And there's a lot of bad enemies in this game. There's a lot of really annoying enemies in this game, I should say. Are we gonna see one of them here? Yeah! Speaking of really annoying enemies, this is the Red Oni. So, Red Oni, either charges at you or he shoots that fireball. He's not that bad when he's by himself, but when he's part of a group and you've got to focus on everything else as well as dodging his fireballs, it can be pretty painful. And these are Thorned Eximus? With all of the melee characters, these things are awful to deal with. Because they have a really weird hitbox. Oh god! Oh, dear lord, we're not out of the woods yet. I think there's insidiators in this room. Possibly not. Yes! Oh, thank God. There was more than a little bit of clench going on with that. I'll leave it there. This game can get very stressful. Really bad options at that Ember Forge. Blaze Weave is basically just the base Gust Robe, but with a significant amount of damage. Alright, so you might have noticed my little mushroom buddy. He's my pet. Pets provide a variety of benefits. I never noticed how weird that was to say until just now. They provide a variety of benefits from, depending on the pet. Some shoot projectiles, some increase the health you restore at fountains, some increase your critical hit rate, some increase your run speed. There's a large variety of pets. But there's also a bit of a tier system to them. So basically, little mushroom boy I have here is a tier 1 pet. You can tell what tier a pet is based on the cage. This here is a tier 2 pet. But he's a really bad tier 2 pet. You have to get a tier 1 pet before you can get a tier 2 pet. And tier 2 pets often either have a larger version of the, just kind of a larger... No! I hate spiders. I hate the spider floor. I hate spiders in real life. You can tell what tier a pet is based on the cage. Second tier pets either just have a higher version of another pet's ability, or they like combine two abilities, but those two abilities aren't like the... Like, if we have a pet that gave 10 run speed and another pet that gave, like, 5% critical chance, the pet that combines those two abilities would be, like, 5% run speed, 3% crit chance. We'll take the Welkin syllabus. Mana Blade is pretty good, but, like, you gotta be really close to use it, and Welkin syllabus you can be a decent ways away. Oh my lord! That's a really good discovery. I did not know that Welkin syllabus would stop. Thorned Incendiators. That is very good to know. That's alright. Okay. Give me that. I can't take that. A spiraled stone increases your base attack distance at the cost of while also switching your charge attack from that long range bolt to a close range shockwave. The weapon range is what I like, though, so... But the shockwave is also pretty nice. So the item we want most of for the last boss is hourglasses. Hourglasses will absorb any sort of magical projectile. Ooh, get out of here. And the final boss uses nothing but magic projectiles, so... any sort of, you know, stuff that lets you get rid of magic projectiles easy is really nice for the final boss. Fuck. This is a bad spot. Sorry, swore. Bad spot. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. So those floating wraith dudes, you want to kill them as soon as possible. They spawn zombies. Like so. Alright, what do you got? We're gonna take the Blaze Weave. Usually I would go Tremor Garb, but I want magic of projectile erasing stuff, so... that right there is a downside of picking Spiraled Stone over, like... I forget what my other option there even was. Because you don't have that giant area, because you don't have the Pierce. I already took the fountain on this floor. Oh, that's right! I always forget that Keppa did this. Recently, added to the final boss fight, were minions. But here we go, I might actually get this on my first try. I know I haven't been mentioning the soundtrack much. This game's got a phenomenal OST. Yes! Oh my lord! I did it first try. I wasn't expecting that. Holy guacamole. So yeah, that is Wayward Souls 3 area any percent. Um, so I did submit the I did say that I did some bleh, words. Um, the reason I gave myself such a large time limit was in case I died in the catacombs or in the keep, because both are reasonable places to take a death. So, uh, so the hour time is for the sake of making up for those deaths. Um, and then the mage is actually not the safe strat for the the catacombs. Safe strat is actually the warrior. Warrior has a shield that he can pull out instantly and will block any any sort of attack. Up until its durability wears out. So, uh, you use that shield against the Thorned Insidiators and anything else, but uh, I don't know. Okay. We're already in a pretty unsafe. This is basically the marathon for unsafe games, so we're still here. We're out here. We're doing unsafe games. We're just chilling. Um, but yeah. So uh, I don't know if you guys do like couch commentary. I can check that, I suppose. Um, and then there are some possible incentives we could do. If I just go into the mines real quick, if I open up my equipment menu, there's a bunch of hats in this game. And this isn't even all of the hats in the game, but if we want to do like a donation incentive to like choose which hat we want to use, I can probably pick from like 3 of them. We'll say like the Corwald antlers, the old chicken, and the slime dew. We can like pick between 3 of those hats. Although again, this run probably isn't going to get much attention, so yeah. I suppose another donation incentive could be picking which character I go through the mines with, because I am for sure going to go through the keep and the catacombs with the mage, but with the mines, there's 3 different schools of thought. Some people like to go with some people, how do I put this? The 3 classes that people tend to go through the mines with are, or well, that I think can go through the mines easily, are the spell sword, and the rogue. They both have dashes, so they can easily maneuver around enemies. And then the cultist, because she can turn invisible and just walk past enemies. We could have a donation incentive that's between me either playing the rogue in the mines or the Spell Sword in the Mines. I can do either. But besides that, just like possible hats. I know people like to. I know that's a generally good donation thing. There's a lot of goofy ones. I have a spider egg sac on my head. Actually, wait, no, I think that's a worm egg. Yeah, cragworm. I have a rock. I have slime for a head. Yeah, there's some funny masks we could do as donations as Bid Wars. But again, I don't think that would attract much donations just because, you know, this isn't that well known of a game, so people might not even go for it. I don't know. But I'm trying to think of anything else besides that to note on this run. Yeah, I think we're going to... I think that's it. Just, you know, I'll pick between, like, I'll note down, you'll have seen it in the notes. I'll have, like, 5 or 6 funny, hats to pick from, for a bid war. And then there can also be a bid war between whether I play the rogue or if I play the spell sword in the opening segment. But besides that, I think that's everything. So thank you, Rogue-A-Rama, for listening to me ramble on about this game that I love. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to submit this game. I really do hope that you give it a shot, that you give it a spot in the schedule, because it really is a spectacular game, and I really want to show more people it, because this game has a very special place in my heart. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I really want other people to play and experience this game, not only just because it's an amazing game to play, but because Rocket Cat is one of my favorite indie companies, and you know, being able to help them out in any way. I'm getting off topic. I like showing my support for Rocket Cat because they're a pretty awesome company. I talk with the developer on this, with this game's dev, with one of the devs of this game, Kappa, pretty often. And then, let me see. I'm just curious what charity it is. Oh, Able Gamers. Oh! Oh, no way! Oh! Oh! I love this I didn't even know this was a thing. Able Gamers is actually, I did not know this charity existed, but holy cow, that's awesome. One of the things I always, talk about in games is accessibility. So, like, you know, the ability to play a game, you know, the way that you're most comfortable with. I really, Able Gamers is a cause I would really like to, I would really love to, help with. Again, and, if we're lucky, we might be able to get Keppa in, like, a Discord call, to talk about the game. And also so he can, fill people, go more in depth into the mechanics of the game, because I'll be honest, I just play the game. I don't really know the ins and outs of, what the damage numbers actually are, and that sort of thing, so, yeah. But I do hope that you guys, consider this run for, a slot in your marathon, and, even if it doesn't, I'm still happy to be able to show this game off to more people, because more people should know this game. Alright, but with that, I am Sunny Tatman, and, see you later. What? Goodbye for now.